Welcome, and could you please tell us a bit about yourself and what you do?
Well, thank you. My name is Shaif Basier. I am the owner of Atomic, a financial consultancy firm aimed at helping the financial sector work better. So I'm basically a broker and an intermediator between capital providers and capital seeking companies. That's basically what I do.
Excellent, excellent. And you also spoke to me briefly about the importance of fostering nuanced debate about contentious issues. Could you speak a bit as to your efforts in that area?
Yeah, so one of the things we learned in the finance sector, I work in also for many banks. During the credit crisis, we saw a lot of problems that were very systemic and caused a lot of troubles for humanity. And one of the fundamental reasons for that, according to me, my perspective, is the lack of open and honest dialogue, debate, interdisciplinary debate between professionals of different disciplines. So I'm also one of the founders of nationaldebate.eu, and what we do is we try to constructively hack the debate culture because it's overly polarized. It's more towards the one can only win if the other one loses in an argument, and we try to foster a win-win debate, yeah? So that you gain mutual empathy, because if one person understands why they think the way they think and the other persons understand the same, then you get you get to a better place where you can reach new solutions.
Yes. I absolutely agree with you on this because that is what we try to do in the US Transhumanist Party. As a minor political party, we have a bit of an uphill battle in the polarized political climate of the United States, where so many people feel compelled to select either what I call the red tribe or the blue tribe. And sometimes this kind of polarization seeps into all areas of life. It seems that no choice that was previously just considered a matter of personal preference is immune from being classified potentially as belonging to the red tribe or the blue tribe. And I'm wondering, from your experience, how would you go about essentially trying to improve the debate culture in a setting like that, where the polarization has just become so toxic and so widespread?
Yeah, that's a beautiful question, thank you, and I fully agree. I also must add that I'm also involved with National Debate, but also with other startups that I'm part of, with innovating the political space. I think it's very important to innovate in politics. Politics have become very polarized. I actually wrote a white paper on something called water politics, also inspired by your American president, George Washington, who in 1794 wrote a very nice paper that I really recommend your readers, your listeners and viewers to reread and revisit, where he actually kindly asked the people not to organize legal bodies in the form of political parties. Yeah, so that is a very important piece of work of George Washington. What I would say, how we go about it with regards to constructively hacking the national debate culture, is at least first creating the circumstances, healthy circumstances, to have mutually respectful dialogue and not immediately too fast dive into the topics, because there are already many venues, many organizations that immediately dive into the topics. But by pioneering this field for a while, we've learned that just bringing people together, eating together, learning to talk about things in a not too direct manner is helping set the right stage. And I think we will have to have patience with that, because we have basically been traumatizing our cultures for a very long time with this overly polarized habits, these overly polarized habits. It will take some time. The problem did not arise in 1 year. It will not be solved in 1 year either. It is a process that has taken many decades. So it will take time and effort and initiative from many people to try to create the circumstances where we can be more empathic towards each other. And yeah, that's what I do. And it's very difficult for me to, I think one of the key challenges is to find people who want to have the patience. Many people want quick solutions, some people say, oh, no, I don't have time for this, we need to talk about the problems and the solutions. I say, yeah, fine. There are many political parties where you can also do this, and many organizations where you can do this, but there should also be space for spaces where people just want to convene and just express and build relationships across all factions, across all classes, races, and economic stages they might be in.
Mm-hmm.
I hope
Yes.
that resonates with you.
Yes, it does resonate with me because I think polarization thrives in environments where it's easy for people to view others as just abstractions, as just expressors of particular beliefs rather than whole human beings. And if they take the time to see another person who may have a different point of view as also a complex and nuanced and integrated human being, then they might have more willingness to engage in dialogue and try to understand and not try to strawman that person's arguments.
Yes, true. And if I may add one thing I forgot, you triggered me.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the thing is, we think we pay attention to each other, but actually in this information deluge that we are living in, we are bombarded with so many messages that we as humans forget to pay attention to the inner wisdom that we all inherently have inside of us. And you know, if you are at network events, things are quick, you need to exchange a card, what are you doing? That is fine, but there also needs to be a space where you can have long-term dialogue and build relationships. And it requires people that have that mindset, who want to do that. And unfortunately, in this very hasty culture, there is a lack of people who are sufficiently conscious about the importance of this subtleness that we're talking about. And I hope that with videos like this, we can elevate the understanding and motivate people to choose for kindness, choose for patience. We are all human beings and trying to many people have different goals in life, and we need to be respectful of that somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. And this is actually why we favor long-form conversations in the U.S. Transhumanist Party. Our weekly virtual enlightenment salons serve as essentially gathering points online, of course, but we have regular attendees and we have guests whom we invite, and we learn a lot about their perspectives, their work. Sometimes they come from somewhat different perspectives from our own, but we nonetheless manage to gain a lot of value from interacting with them. Now, I'm curious also to hear a bit about your impressions of Longevity Summit Dublin now that we've been through 2 days of it. What did you find particularly interesting or noteworthy?
Yeah, so what was really very much above expectation is how it feels to actually be among people that are in very many aspects like-minded. They are not like-minded in all aspects, I must say. There are many people who have different views, are focused on different things, but in the core essence, these are people who are enthusiastic about the ability to influence the longevity and the health span of people. And that is really refreshing. I met some really kind people with shared values, and I think that is as I just said, you need to first create the circumstances for the right kind of dialogue and innovation to happen. And I think the Longevity Summit was really helpful for that. It was the first time for me I'm really enthusiastic about what I'm experiencing here.
Excellent. Well, I hope you keep enjoying the Longevity Summit. I hope that you might be able to come back next year as well, because certainly this event is all that you describe and more. It's a great way to connect, and I'm very pleased to have met you as well.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.